The following material contains strong language and adult content. Please be advised.
Well, my honey's off to work, the kids are headed to school. Slim and Madam Bum about to act a damn fool. It's the morning routine. Hey, yeah, the morning routine. Yeah, you got Adam and Slim. They doing them. It's the morning routine. Good morning. Morning routine, y'all. Woo!
What up, everybody? It's your boy Adam Bomb back once again with another episode of the Morning Routine Podcast. If you haven't hung out with us yet during our live shows, make sure to check those out Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on www.vaporradio.com. You can also download our app on all iOS and Android devices and enable our Amazon Alexa skill. Go into the Alexa app, search Vapor Radio, enable it, and you are good to go. We appreciate all the love and support. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, you can always email us at mailbag@vaporradio.com. You can follow us on Twitter at VaporRadio1. That is the number 1 at VaporRadio1. Facebook.com, search Vapor Radio, like the page, share the page, tell all your friends and family about it. We definitely appreciate it. We're growing more and more every day, and we can't thank you guys enough. So enjoy the podcast, and peace out. We've been talking a lot about technology lately, and we'll probably continue to.
You can't get away
from it. Yeah, I mean, everything we do is because of technology here. We can't do any of the stuff that we do right now, bringing podcasts to you guys, bringing the radio to you guys without some kind of technology and things like that.
Yeah, real talk.
Smart homes is kind of like the big thing right now. That's what everyone seems to be talking about.
Yeah.
You know, that was the whole Alexa and what's the Apple one? I can't remember the Apple one.
HomePod.
Is it HomePod? Yeah.
Yeah, HomePod.
And Google has their Google Assistant or Google whatever it's
called. And by the way, the HomePod, they're coming out with a smaller, cheaper version now. So I might check that out. You know, I'm an Apple man, so.
Right.
You know.
And so all of these things were developed to say do this, do that. They have the thermostats. They've got the plugins, the adapters. Openers, yeah, everything that you could do to say turn the air conditioning to 70, turn the heat to 78,
preheat the oven.
Yeah, well, see, I've never seen nothing like that yet. But
yeah, no, they got it. It's an app that goes with the Samsung ovens or whatever type of oven they got. It's on Alexa. Yeah, okay. Preheat the oven. You can turn on the microwave. You can do the open the garage. You can turn on the water sprinkler systems. Anything you can do to the house. Turn the lights on, turn the floodlights on. Like I said, you can tell Alexa to water the grass and bow. The sprinklers come on.
So this article that we were reading about, though, or that kind of brought this to our attention, is that are these things really considered smart houses? Just because you still have to tell it to do this and do that, the true meaning of a smart house would be that it knows
what to do.
Yeah.
It knows what to do. When you walk in, it just knows what to do.
The sensors in the house can know when there's people moving around to adjust the temperature. If you sleep in on the weekend and no one's up, why would the heat be on? Why would the air conditioner be on? Like, it would make those adjustments. The refrigerator would be able to scan and know what you're out of and automatically reorder that through, all these different grocery systems that we have and things like that. The dishwasher would know when it's full or something. I don't know. Just that wasn't really in there, but I just threw that in there.
It's coming to that.
It is. And it's interesting to think about that, though. We talk about all these smart homes and with all this technology. Are these really true smart homes, though? Or is this just more devices that allow us to be even lazier?
So basically, it's not a smart house. It's a remote control house.
That's a good way to put it, yeah. It's a remote control house. It's a voice-activated house versus a smart house, because you still have to tell it, turn it to this, turn it to that. Although they do have the thermostats that can regulate the temperature based on the time of the day, and, it can self-adjust and things like that. So that thermostats are a little bit different, I think, because they are based off sensors. And this whole article talks about that. It talks about sensors. You know, you would need more sensors in your home for it to be a true smart house. It's got to, kind of be able to detect what your house is doing, what you're doing. And, then there becomes more of a security issue and people have to, kind of know how to deal with that kind of stuff. But, I don't know. Do you want your home to be fully loaded with sensors and just know where you're at and how to adjust for the room that you're in and all that kind of stuff?
On the movies, that shit look cool. It's tight to see it in the movies, but I don't think I would need all that. Like, I'm fine with just telling Alexa to turn the lights on or turn the porch light on or open the garage. But I don't think I need sensors. Every step I take is monitoring my feet, telling me that it's 3 steps is finna turn the light on for me. Like, no, that's just too much. And that probably costs a pretty penny to have all that. You know what I mean?
Right. I think if you really want to be successful with this, like, you've got to make it more reasonable cost-wise.
I ain't gonna lie, that ring, that's dope.
Oh, the Ring doorbell.
That changed the whole way of. That's a new wave, and the
security doorbell with the camera and everything, and then they got the floodlights too that have cameras.
They got the whole. Now they got what they're using. They bringing a Ring into the businesses now. The homie got his, like his whole. They got Ring security systems. Yeah. And he was the first one in Vegas to have the Ring security system. That's pretty dope, man. So, yeah. I know. I love technology. I love seeing the new stuff. Anything that can help the blind and visually impaired or disabled people like that. Technology is big in that way. So I'm always looking at the new gadgets and applications and stuff for that. But
it's kind of like
I wouldn't want
Brian.
all the sensors.
He's got his home theater set up
Be
to his
both
Alexa
sides.
and everything, which is pretty cool. So it's not even just like it knowing what we do to adjust the temperature, or knowing, like you were saying about the sprinklers and things like that. Like you can even just be sitting there watching TV and be like, Alexa, volume, home theater volume 5, like if the TV's
That's
too
dope.
low, or
That's dope.
you can, he can switch it from input to input, like cable to music to his Apple TV. Like he can change all the inputs all through his Alexa, which is really cool.
Without lifting a finger.
Yeah, without just sitting right there. And same thing, you adjust your lights, you can do all that kind of stuff, adjust the temperature all in that one room, which is definitely cool. But the thought of having like sensors in your house and it just does it is pretty dope too, though. I mean, you don't even have to say nothing. You just move around, do what you got to do, and your house is just constantly update. Your house is you're living inside of a computer. Your house is just constantly calculating and updating and receiving data from all these different sensors. That's pretty dope to think about this possibility.
Which means, then here we go again on the bad side of it. What if people hack your refrigerator and lock it so you can't get nothing to eat, and then they hack the washer to overflood or turn your door locks and so they won't open? And, it's that possibility too. And you know what? Now they building these houses. They got those electric charging stations for cars now, because electric cars is that's a thing. Like they doing more and more plug-in cars, and now they making the houses that just come with those. So that's just another true testament that technology is definitely
but that charging station is just it's just the specific. It's like the plug-in that you use for your dryer outlet, your dryer. So I mean, it's a standard plug-in. They're putting them in the garage
wattage,
now.
though, I thought.
It's the same exact outlet that they use for a dryer. You use for your dryer. It's like a funky 3-prong looking.
The big fat one, yeah.
Yeah.
Big fat round one.
It's just that they're just putting them in garages now. Yeah,
okay.
that's all it takes. So, because we're talking about this, Do you ever watch the Joe Rogan podcast?
Nah, I haven't. Nah.
You should check it out from time to time because you can really there's some he has all kinds of different people on there, from hip hop artists to entrepreneurs to comedians. But recently he just had Elon Musk on there.
Okay.
Weirdo, very very weird dude. Extremely interesting podcast. So I think he was on there Friday, maybe Thursday night. It was on there. Very robotic the way he talks. Just very. Some people were commenting that when he's asked a question, it's like his brain is processing the question, like his eyes dart back and forth, like he's processing the question before giving his answer. The guy is like lost in his brain 24/7, which is probably the way it is for someone that's a genius like that. Like, the dude is super, super smart. He was saying to himself, like, it's tough to be him. Like, he doesn't sleep. He sleeps only after taking a handful of Ambien, and then he can sleep. Like, his brain is constantly shooting ideas back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like, there's so much processing and thinking going on in his brain that his brain just never shuts off.
Is he a millionaire?
Elon Musk? Yeah, that's the dude that runs Tesla.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know who Elon Musk was?
How would I know who Elon Musk is?
Because you're a car guy? Like,
do you know the developer of Ferrari?
Yeah, something Ferrari. Yeah, he's just he's the guy that's behind all of, like, obviously Tesla is Nikola Tesla with all the electronic magnets and, you know, electrical stuff or whatever. But Elon Musk is the CEO. He's the owner, the founder of Tesla.
So I wonder what kind of car he drives then.
He drives the Tesla S. He said it on the show. It's like the P195 or something like that. It's and
he got it right better than a Tesla.
The Tesla Roadster, 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds.
How much do those cost?
I don't know. Let's look it up real quick.
If you're listening, babe, I want a Tesla Roadster, all black.
But yeah, no, it was really weird, and Joe Rogan is a big advocate for weed and everything. Joe. Joe Rogan lit a spliff. Elon Musk took like a itty bitty little hit and just blew it straight out, and then just kind of looked at the blunt like he was processing what this was, and like, I guess it was just really awkward the way he did it. But now he's getting a lot of backlash from like the military because he has like very, very high top notch security clearance. Let's see. How much is the
Tesla, huh?
The Roadster cost? But he's getting a bunch of backlash because he smoked. So is Joe Rogan's podcast are streamed live on YouTube. So people saw it and they're like, he's getting all this backlash. His company dropped like 6.6% in the stock.
Because he was smoking chronic.
Yeah. It's like, get the fuck out of here. I can understand the military being a little upset with it because the military is they're not for the weed thing, and you know, sure, you're a high,
they had that
you're a
G13.
big person in technology, but you're also,
they had that G13 on that.
The base model of the Tesla Roadster will start at $200,000 with a $50,000 deposit.
That's it?
Yeah, for the base model.
Order me up one. Order me up. You know what? I'm going all white with this one. Order me up in all white and add everything to it. I ain't tripping, man.
The self-driving cars from Google have an estimated value. The company itself has an estimated value. And this is kind of along the lines of smart homes. We're just talking about smart cars.
Technology.
as it's continuing to grow. So they haven't even sold any yet, right? Like they're still $175 billion.
And they ain't sold one thing yet.
Yeah. Like,
but guess what, though?
The technology itself is valued at that, is basically what they're saying,
waiting
right?
on it. Yeah, well, these cars have been tested. I'm telling you, the other day, me and the wifey was coming from brunch, and we passed by I think it was a truck or a van or something, but it looked like it had a little nipple on the top of it.
It's it's the buses. I think that's what you guys have right now in Phoenix. They're buses, they're like little mini buses.
No, bro. These is cars. Like, this is a car.
Okay.
It was some type of a car, truck, something, but it had a little nipple on it. And it just was driving down the freeway, like just rolling, you know. Now, the way I feel about these self-driving cars, obviously everybody know we need assistance. So if I can get a car and I can drive my damn self, I would like to at least try that out. Like,
would you want to go everywhere, like on the freeway and everything, or would it be more like, hey, I want to just go to the grocery store, got to run a couple errands, got to maybe go pick up my kid at school, like that? Yeah. Or would you want to be like cross country? Hey, let's drive down to San Diego. It's just a couple hours. Like, you want to do all that?
Yeah. After I get comfortable riding around in the city, then of course I'm going to test my limits. Okay, but let's see if we can drive to, California or
so when Vegas, you guys drove by this car, was your wife pointing out to you, like, was it keeping up with the traffic? Were cars going faster than it? Was it like obeying the speed limit to the T?
It was good. We were behind it.
Okay.
It was driving us, and then we got to the left, and then she's like, yeah, see, she was just telling me about it as we was passing it. And it was on the freeway.
So it was definitely going like whatever, 65, like to the T. Like it wasn't going faster or slower. Like,
we was on the freeway. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But on the freeway, people open it up. It might be 65, 70 on the freeway, but you really are going 75, 80. So you guys definitely got around it and went by it.
But see, that's like anything, though. That's like anything. It's going to take. The first computer was huge. It was in the size of a closet. Now they're in our pockets. So with more time, the technology is gonna get a little bit more stronger, a little more tighter, a little more tougher, and then these cars is gonna be out there, man. Like they're here already, so they just ironing out the kinks. We got cellular phones, but back in the day they were telling us the gamma rays or something was messing up our brains, but now they come out with a new cell phone. They still try to say that.
They still try to say that cell phones cause cancer and all this other shit.
You know what I mean? So, it's technology is the way. Surgeries get performed with robots now. Surgeries that the doctors, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel I love technology up to a certain point. Now, once you start turning on us and hunting us down as human races and all that, then, but, right now technology is helping us.
So that was part of what Elon Musk was saying. He was saying that the future, like robotics, there could be a fatalistic future of robotics. Now, this is a long, long time away, but he's a strong believer in that. Like, we could be overcome by the robot population, and it could have they kept referring to it as like a fatalistic outcome on humanity. So it's interesting. Again, robots, technology. It's crazy to think about it. And again, $175 billion for this Whammock, whatever it's called.
Whammock.
I want to say Whammo, but Whammo is the like Nerf toy company. Like,
but hey, look.
But it's just the technology, because again, they haven't sold one. So they're saying that just the technology of a self-driving car is valued at $175 billion.
Because Google sold it to them.
Right.
It was the
original Google car, yeah.
Right. So, now is they running with it. These cars is finna be out there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind pulling up in the 87. Now, I don't like it having a big nipple on the top, but
I don't think it's going to be something that you can just put on whatever you want, though.
Sooner or later.
I don't think so. It's got to be built into the car.
Just like Now you can put park assist on cars now. You know what I'm saying? Now cars come with park assist. All that luxury stuff that we don't see for 2 or 3 years that all the Rolls Royce and all that got, now they coming in.
So you think that it's eventually going to be to the point where you could just buy the package at the auto parts store and install it in like an 87 Regal?
Over time, yes. Just like anything. Car alarm systems. Now you can just go buy the headrest with the TV and then plug it in, power. You're done. But before, you had to take your car to the shop, have it sit there for a day, come back, get it. No, everything. Technology is getting more and more advanced every single day. Yeah. Look at the whole scooter thing. You told me about that a week ago. And now that's nothing. I'm out to brunch and people just zipping by us on these scooters. The sidewalk is littered with them.
Yeah.
I just walk up to it,
we did talk about that. We talked about that like a month ago on another episode, and you didn't
I saw it.
know what they were. Like you were like, no, I don't think we got that. And then you were like, oh shit, they're everywhere. Like,
everywhere.
Yeah, it's a big thing. And that's another thing that's like really interesting is that like part of this technology thing is that these electric scooters, somebody just created an app, and some people are saying it's less than $2.
Mm-hmm.
And you just jump on it. And they zip around, man. They're up to like 7-8 miles per hour.
Homie, I saw it in action.
Yeah.
Right down Mill Avenue. It was a football weekend with the Sun Devils. You know, we don't want to talk about that, but everybody zipping up and down Mill Avenue with them things, dude. Just zipping.
Just get from spot to spot. Like
and then
Uber,
when they done,
Uber,
they just
find the
drop
thing.
it there.
Yeah.
It's just left right there. Just boop. I'm like,
I would so mash on one of those.
On everything. I told Bonnie Saturday I wanted to. She like, no, you're not getting.
I could ride. I used to ride the shit out of shit with no hands, one hand. Like, give me a scooter with one hand, a cane out in front of me.
And I'm going to get on the go.
Yeah. I'm just zipping down the street. I'm a little.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duck down as far as like the handlebar level so I don't hit my head or nothing. The handlebars hit it first. You know what I mean? Put me a helmet on and I'm out.
Yeah. Just take off.
Hey, anybody listen out there, develop a scooter for the blind and visually impaired. We need one too.
So I wanted to bring this up. This topic came up a while back in a conversation that we were having. And I thought this would be good for a discussion. We had a conversation a while back. I think this was on probably a little off the top podcast about lesbians, gay, bisexual, transgender, all that kind of stuff. I think we talked about transgender on here before too. Probably Caitlyn Jenner. We talked about it a little bit there. So really the topic right now is gay. It's gay, being gay, lesbian, that kind of stuff. And we're not being negative towards people. So again, please don't come attack us. I have my opinions. Slim's about to give his opinion. But I'm just going to put it out there. And you can correct me. Please feel free to correct me, Slim. I'm not trying to put any sort of negative light on you by any means. But recently we talked about this again. And you brought up the point that being gay, male or female, is a choice. And I very much disagree with that. So please go ahead and...
You called me ignorant.
Absolutely.
No.
I said
ignorant?
I said, I wouldn't say that. I said that you making that statement makes you sound ignorant.
No, it's the vice versa.
Okay,
you making
go
that
ahead.
statement makes you sound ignorant.
Okay, this isn't a conversation to attack each other. Again, I'm not saying. I said that it makes you sound ignorant. So go ahead and defend. You think it's a choice. Why do you think it's a choice?
Because you're not born gay. You cannot be born gay. What are you talking about? You're not a fetus swimming around in the belly talking about, I can't wait to get out so I can go holler at Twan. No, you're a human being brought up. You observe human behavior, and that's where you're growing up as a kid or child or whatever you want to say, you're growing up, you get to the age at 5 years old and you say, that little girl over there is cute, but wait a minute, I'm a girl. Am I gay? Or do you say, oh shit, I'm 5 now. I was born to be gay. I like her. Nah, it's a choice. There's no way you're born gay, bro. It's just not. That's ignorant for you to say. Like you can't be born gay, man. It's
Why
a choice.
can't you?
Because think about it. It's a choice. You just like us, heterosexual. That was a choice. We wasn't born heterosexual. Well, actually, we was. We was born to like women. Vice
or
versa,
women
right?
like men, yeah.
So you can't change that like this. You can't. It's a choice.
Okay.
It's a choice, man. I mean, how are you? How can you be born gay, bro? Babies being born every day. So every baby the 6 babies being in the nursery right now, and 3 of them are looking at the other 3 like, ooh, hey. No.
I'm not saying that that's how it is, that you're born like that. I'm saying that you are born a certain way, though. And as you grow and your brain develops, you develop certain feelings. You develop a certain way about yourself.
Those are choices. You're choosing that way.
No, you're not choosing.
Your body
that
is not. You're not. You weren't born out of the womb like that. You're not. You're growing up is not focused on.
You grow up developing
gay.
feelings for a certain gender. It's not a choice. You don't help what those feelings are. You can't control your feelings. You can determine what your feelings are, but it's not a choice that you feel stronger towards this gender or that gender. Just as we do as heterosexuals, our feelings are developed as we grow up towards, as 2 heterosexual males, our feelings as we grow up are towards women. Our sexual feeling is stronger towards women than it is towards men.
Because we choose that. I could be next to a dude and be like, oh,
we don't necessarily choose it. It's just that's what our brain is telling us. Our brain is like, no, I'm
even
not.
Even if our brain tell us a whole bunch of shit. Our brain tell us to get in the car and run it straight into the wall. You choose to turn left and miss the wall. What are you talking about? We're not born no way, bro. We learn it through experience. Life is an experience. From the day you come out of the womb, when they pat you on your ass, and the experience is the next, wipe you off, hand you to your mama. You know your mama. She gonna hug you, rub you, put some milk in your mouth. That's all learned experience. It's not a choice. I mean, you're not born like that. You're not born to know that. It's learned. Just like being gay is. And no disrespect to no gay
being learned, not a choice. You develop
is a choice.
You develop it. You gain the feeling, and you learn what you like and what you don't like. It's developed over time. Mm-hmm. Now, sure, there's obviously stories. There's obviously, we know it firsthand. My ex-wife, her best friend was gay, and he lived with us for a while. I asked him a lot of questions. There was many nights staying up drunk, asking him so many questions. Like, for him, it took, he dated a female in high school, but for him, the dating a female was a cover up. It was, he knew he didn't have romantic feelings for her. They never had sex. They never kissed. They dated as a cover up because he knew he was gay. He wasn't ready to come out yet in high school. So I still don't think it's a choice. It's you develop these from small. I mean, we're seeing it. That's what it was. That's right. We did talk about this the other day because we talked about the transgender girl in the South. You're seeing it more. That was a choice
for her. Once again, she was a boy who chose to live a girl's life. That was his choice. Just like when a gay person comes out and says, you know what, I'm sick of hiding. He's choosing to not be sick of it.
But how can you say that somebody the way somebody feels about their body, the way somebody feels on the inside is a choice. That's their feelings. That's just the way someone's
How can
brain
you call
is.
that ignorant of what I'm saying? Because see, that's the part that got me. You calling me ignorant? No, that's a choice, bro. That's a choice, man. Like you don't.
I disagree. I don't think it's a choice.
You don't come out as a baby.
I think that's the argument that's been had
gay.
for a long time towards gay, transgender, sexual people. That's the biggest uphill battle that they have, is that everybody says it's a choice. It's not a choice. That's just the way their brain is wired. It's the way that they were born. Their brain was wired. They just don't tap into it until they get older.
Perfect. So Bruce Jenner, all his life through the Olympics and all that shit, was a man doing his Olympic shit, right? Finally, he came to his conclusion, like, you know what? I like this tube dress, and I need to.
No, if you read his book, he talks about. If you read his book, he talks about that he always had these feelings, that he never felt that he was really a man. It just, he couldn't come out the way that he wanted to because he was in the spotlight as an Olympic athlete and the box on a Wheaties box, and he had to have a certain
choose when he wanted to come out and let people know.
He had to choose when to come out. That's definitely
just
a
like
choice,
he had to choose to go forward with it. He was an old ass man before he started doing that. So he chose to do that, bro. Him growing
He's
up,
choosing the time, but how to do what he wants to do isn't necessarily a choice. Those are the feelings that he has, that either he had to cover up because he was in the spotlight for so many years as this Olympic hero, this Olympic athlete. He had to choose a certain time when to come out, when the right time was, because he had to put on for his country, for America as an Olympic athlete. But I don't think that the choice to do what he did was a choice. That's the way he feels. Those are his feelings. Those are her feelings, however you want to say it. Those are the way that her body feels, or the way that she feels as an individual growing up. That's why I'm saying I don't feel that it's a choice. You can say you feel that it's a choice.
And just because
from all the
I say it's a choice and you don't feel it's a choice, that's where I'm still trying to get to the ignorant part.
Because that's the biggest battle that gay individuals have fought for a long time, and you see it a lot in these protests and same-sex marriages. The battles that they fought in the last 10-15 years is the biggest one, is that everyone says, oh, it's a choice. It's a choice to be gay. It's a choice to do this. That's the fight that they've been fighting against for so many years. And what has kept them from having same-sex marriages, because people could say, well, you're choosing this, so you're choosing not to have a regular marriage because you're choosing to be gay. So no, you don't deserve to have.
No, I didn't say they don't deserve anything.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying that's the battle that they're fighting. I'm not saying you're saying that at all. I'm just saying that's the battle that they've been fighting.
Because at first it started by you calling me ignorant by saying gay people are born gay. And that's not ignorant of me to say. No, that's a choice.
No, I said that you made the comment that it's a choice for a gay person to be gay. And I said, that's a very ignorant statement by you.
How? How is that ignorant? When what you're saying makes no sense to me at all. A person is born gay. No. Explain the logic in that. Feelings, explain the logic. And a person is born gay.
It's
so that means people are geniuses are born geniuses, right? No, they read them books and all that shit, and they learn more than what the average person learns, and that's what makes them a genius. But they still reading material, learning shit from somebody else. It's a learned.
I think geniuses are a different person too. It's a choice to read all the books, yes, but I think geniuses, you see these kid geniuses and things like that, it's a different person. Their brain is structured.
They're still going to college. They're still reading what
wired a different way. But they're not going to college and reading books at 4 or 5 years old when they're doing.
Well, how the fuck is they getting to college then?
They're just. I mean, they're smart. Yes, they're just. Their brain is wired differently. It's not a choice necessarily. It's a choice for them to read these books, but their brain is wired differently. It's a special individual that can recite pi to 500 numbers at 5 years old. We have a call. Let's go to the lines real quick.
Right.
Morning routine, Vapor Radio.
Good morning.
Hi, guys.
Oh, it's Shannon. I didn't even read
What's
this.
going down?
Quick. Hi. But here's the thing. First of all, it is two different things. A G is slam. Kids come out of the womb talking, or basically talking. That's something that's coming from inside. You can't change that. Adam, as far as homosexuality. Okay. The difference between homosexuality and not being homosexual is a sexual preference, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a choice.
Like if you're not having sex, then you're just friends, correct?
Say that again.
If you're not having sex, then you're just friends, right?
Yes. I mean, well, I guess
So-
to a certain extent, yeah.
You're just friends. I mean, the only difference is
Yeah, if you're not in a relationship, yeah, you're friends.
So then, how come homosexuality is not a choice? If the only difference is who you're choosing to have sex with, then you can choose not to have sex. Period. So, how is that not a choice?
It's definitely a choice, bro.
Because it's the way it's the development of feelings towards another person. You're obviously not, just because you're not having sex isn't, I mean, you could be.
But that's the only difference. That's the deciphering detail between homosexuality and heterosexuality is who you're having sex with.
No,
So
because
you
sex
can choose
doesn't
not to
necessarily, I
have
mean,
sex
there's
with the same
heterosexual couples that you don't have to necessarily be having sex just to be in a relationship. You can still develop, a male can develop feelings for a female and
even
female.
as a heterosexual, if you're not having sex, you're just friends. That's what you are. You're just friends.
If you're not having,
I mean, that's how I see it. If you got your intimacy, that's where that line is kind of, to me.
I disagree. I think you can have an intimate
close
relationship
friends.
without having sex. You can still have an intimate relationship.
I get that part too, but like
See,
your
that's what I'm
friends,
saying. Like
my
right.
girlfriends. I have an intimate relationship with my girlfriends, but not physical intimate relationships. I mean, they're my friends.
Do you feel that
that's
you could have an
yeah.
intimate relationship with your husband without sex, though? Or does the sex have to be there for you and your husband to have an intimate relationship?
No, I think we have an intimate relationship. However, I think the sex is what decides whether or not, which way we're going, heterosexually or homosexually.
Of course. I mean, of course, yes. That has to be there to determine whether it's, of course, yes.
So my thing was.
So then that's what makes it a choice in my mind.
Right. My thing is a choice. You cannot be born a gay. You cannot be born homosexual. You can't even be born transsexual.
It's a choice to have sex.
I disagree with that.
It's a choice to have sex.
That statement is only because.
But see, Shannon, you were born with feelings towards men. You weren't. You as you grew up, you tapped into those feelings of, I see my little girlfriends as friends, but look at Jimmy over
so
there.
So it was her choice
he's
to
very
choose
attractive.
the guy way, though. See
no,
what
it's
I'm
not
saying?
necessarily a choice. It's as you grow up, you develop those feelings. You find out what those feelings are. You
Let me ask you
into
something
them.
then. If a mother has a daughter and the dad ain't around, do the daughter just develop feelings because she only around the mom and now she gay? No. She's choosing that. She's choosing to go.
What?
I mean, no, man.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
You can't be born gay. You just can't be born gay. It don't make no sense. Logically, it does not make sense. You cannot be born gay. Everything physically human is learned. We learn everything. Just like I said, when the baby in the womb and the mama talking to her while the baby in her stomach, she's learning to talk. She's talking to her. So when the baby come out, she's learning to eat because they put the nipple in the mouth. Everything is learned.
That's developing. Exactly. That's not a choice. It's development.
The choice comes.
It's learning.
The choice comes, Adam, when it is time for that. Like I said, when the boys and girls is on the playground and Jenny look at Amber like, ooh, she's cute. She's choosing to say, ooh, she's cute, instead of Tommy over there on the monkey bars.
And that's where I disagree. Because I think that's a feeling that she tapped into at some point. In her brain, it clicked like, oh, I feel this way towards a female.
In her brain, she decided to choose to go that way. If you come to a fork in the road, in your brain is going to pick one way or the other. You have to go one way or the other. You're going to pick one way or the other. It's a choice.
We're going to agree to disagree. And that's the morning routine, people. Shannon, what would you like to say to wrap it up? Because it's 10 o'clock.
And tell them about what's going down.
And yes, go ahead and feel free to introduce yourself and plug your show.
Hi, everybody. My name is Shannon, and I'll be on the mic live because these guys like to mess it up.
I said it right.
Excuse me, Saturday the 15th at 2 o'clock. That's it. Please listen in. I don't know what we'll be talking about, but it'll be good.
And it's going to be an interactive show, so the phone lines will be live. So if she brings a topic to the table that you're like, oh my gosh, I have so much to say about that, definitely give us a call.
Being called ignorant for believing that.
Absolutely.
So be on the lookout, y'all. Saturdays at 2. Well, we love picking over here.
And as always, Miss Shannon, we definitely appreciate your 2 cents. It always brings.
Why is it only 2 cents? See, that's another thing. What about 3 cents?
We appreciate your $1 million comments.
Right now.
Why can't we get a nickel?
Talk to you guys later.
We couldn't get 2.5
right,
cents.
Enjoy the rest of your Monday.
We couldn't get a Bitcoin or nothing. Just 2 cents.
This guy here just can never be happy. If you have any comments, we're about to jump off the air. I didn't call you ignorant. I called the statement that you were saying ignorant. You are not an ignorant person, but the statement that you made.
You ignorant. I'm calling you ignorant.
The statement that you made was an ignorant statement. If you have any comments about that, you want to share your thoughts, we're going to jump off the air, but you can always call, leave a message. We will listen to them, and we'll even share them if you want us to. 442-244-9900. Give us your thoughts. Share your thoughts on this topic. It's an interesting topic.
I would like to know if I'm ignorant or not. I know I'm ignorant, but not ignorant on this topic. Straight up.